Hello, I'm Catherine Fritz representing the Paignton Neighbourhood Forum, and we have to address here one important question. Would visual amenity be harmed by placing the proposed video display unit in the proposed location? It's a very large unit, it's out of scale with the street, and the location is a picturesque street in a conservation area adjacent to cafe seating and near the Grade 2 listed Paignton Picture House. This proposed unit is excessively large. And here is some scale drawings. Everything here is to scale, showing the average height for a man, for a woman, and the size of the unit, both in terms of its height and its width. And if we want to think about, is it excessively large? Just picture yourself being one of these two figures standing next to it and see how large you feel it is. A similar sign was put up at 26 Victoria Street, and I stood next to it, and I'm 5'7". You can see how tall it is in comparison to a real person. You can also contrast the size of that sign with the other signs in the area. These are all to the same scale. I'm the same person throughout, and I've made them equivalent on feet, top of hat, and waistline. So you can see the largest sign in the area there looks like it's probably about 5 foot tall. And most of them, in fact, are just something in the neighborhood of 3.5 to 4 feet tall. And that's very, very much smaller than these signs that are being intruded in the area. Turning now to 50 Victoria Street, the display unit that's under consideration at this time. This is a photo of a physical mock-up showing the size and its impact on the street scene. This particular physical mock-up is just a wee bit smaller than the actual device, but you still get the idea. Also, the location has since been moved ever so slightly forward in this picture, but not such that it would make a substantial difference. So now let's think about, you've arrived into Paignton, you've come from the bus station or the train station, you're looking up Victoria Street and you're seeing a beautiful street scene. And it's very inviting. But instead, what you're going to see is a great big black thing that's got ads changing every 10 seconds in front of you. This image, incidentally, is from the Clear Channel web pages and is put in this picture exactly to scale. Now, officers consider the proposals would amount to sympathetic development within the conservation area, and they go on to say they consider that the proposed FSU would not be out of character with the existing street scene, given the presence of things like trees, benches, bollards, bins, bike racks, and street lights. Well, those all seem like very natural street furniture, and they don't impair your ability to see where you are, see where you're going, see what's ahead of you, and just feel generally like things are at a human scale. But when you put this big black box in the middle of it, it definitely impairs the visual amenity. It impairs the whole sense of the street scene. That's what I think. What do you think? The proposed location for this device is within the conservation area, and it's just 100 yards from the Grade 2 star-listed Paignton Picture House, which has recently had some exterior renovation going on, and much is happening to bring it back in as a major tourist attraction, as well as a lovely feature for the locals to enjoy. You can see that right now from the cafe, you have a lovely view of it. You also can see over the area that's being called Station Square in terms of the town center regeneration. The unit would block the view of it from the cafe area, that's where this picture is taken from, and people in front of the Paignton Picture House looking up Victoria Street, it would be a bit of an eyesore. So here's what it would look like from the cafe area looking towards the Paignton Picture House, except of course there would be an ad changing every 10 seconds or so. So please refuse this planning application based on the policies detailed in our representation and on policy DE6 of the local plan, visual amenity, based on its size, which is overwhelming and not in keeping with the surrounding area, and its placement. It's blocking the views of the conservation area and of the Grade 2 star listed Paignton Picture House. Thank you.